You live, you live right, live right, live. Your military live, your military live. You left, your right, now pick up, step, you left, your right, you live. Tiny bubbles in my beer makes us happy, keeps us full of cheer. You live, you live right, live. You live. I stay in still. Live from the corners of East and South Lancaster Studios. This is Dallas Sports Talk Radio. Subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media platforms. Do not forget, leave us a comment telling us who you are and where you come from. Once we receive that alert, we will respond. And subscribe to your channel also. There is no debate. If you like it, we watch it. If you missed it, we will talk about it. Shout out to Green Bay at 0940 hashtag what's the house. The NFL draft first round was last night. Tyler Booker, offensive guard, hashtag Alabama bias. This is how you get it started. Offensive Alabama players. You already had the Dab Diggs on that defensive side coming back. Now you got somebody with that A on the side of his helmet, changing it over to a star. Everybody wants to be a star. At 0940 hashtag what's the haps. One of the reasons why the NFL is losing viewership, they can't compete. Remember during Super Bowl time, hashtag Metroplex Star here in Dallas stole all the headlines. Sunday, right after the NFL championship games, hashtag Luka Doncic was traded out of Dallas to the Los Angeles Lakers. Biggest story in sport news since Michael Jordan retiring. The NFL couldn't compete. Nobody was at the press conferences for the NFL. So last night they had to do a replay of the Super Bowl. All the festivities leading up to the Super Bowl, they had to do a replay of that. They had to have the NFL Man of the Year come back out because nobody knew who he was. Nobody paid attention. The press didn't report on it. The media didn't report on it. Everybody was still here in Dallas. Because as soon as you had Luka Doncic get traded, prior to that, you had Brian Schottenheimer being named to the #1 franchise in the world, the new head coach. So that news stole all the thunder for the NFL. NFL comes out last night. Hashtag they gotta be part of the same old lame shows. Because you're watching the NFL disintegrate right before your eyes due to Roger Goodell. Booed 32 straight times. They didn't even let up booing this man. Mr. Jerry Jones tried to tell you, Roger Goodell is not the commissioner for the NFL, but he got outvoted. Still had to pay the man $40 million to get booed 32 consecutive times. The only time Roger Goodell hasn't been booed as a commissioner is when COVID hit, when he was doing the draft from his own house. That's the only time you've ever seen this man not get booed. It's got to be doing something that has the rest of the NFL fan base to the point where everywhere you go, you're getting booed. because he allows things like the debacle last night to take place. Shedeur Sanders has shown remarkable pedigree by being a winner everywhere he's gone. And to allow 32 teams to play with this young man's emotions, all these teams ran it up. Oh, we're going to have this private workout. We're going to have this da-da-da. We're going to do a pro day here. Oh, you're not going to the... no one's saying, hey, we didn't like your dad when he played because he was too cocky. He was the one who hurt my favorite quarterback's dreams of being an all-time great. So what do you think we're going to do to you? You want to become an all-time great? We're not going to even allow you to be drafted in the first round, because that would mean we can't cut you for 4 years. So we're going to make you sit. Similar to what Nick Saban did. Why y'all think Nick Saban on a professional? Nick Saban, when did he coach the pros? 18 months? 18 months, and they got him on the draft day because he's the breaker of spirits. He tried to break Jalen Hurts when Jalen Hurts was the quarterback. The man too cocky. He too arrogant. Those were things Nick Saban said about the kid that he went to go draft out of high school. The first child that he ever allowed to start as a true freshman. Not a redshirt freshman. Not a freshman that had to go Prop 48. Actually had the grades. Has a father in his life. And this was the first quarterback that Nick Saban had that had those. A father. That's what people are failing to realize, what the NFL is trying to show you as a young black male in this country. When your father is in your life, we're going to do everything we can to break you, break your spirit. You're not supposed to have any hope but us. We're the ones who's supposed to give you the hope. We're the NFL. We're supposed to show you that for 100 years that no one that looks like you is worthy of being a first overall draft pick until 2011. 2010, 2011, when Cam Newton was the first to ever go. Heisman Trophy winner. National champion. Undefeated. First. The whole time he played, they tried to tarnish his rep, tarnish his name, make him seem that he was the worst thing to ever step on the football field, because his father stood up for him. When everybody was calling him Scam Newton. Nick Saban has always been our conspiracy theory to the person that dropped that knowledge. Him and Dan Mullen. Nick Saban was the one who was cool with it. He wanted to be the big dog in the state of Alabama with the Crimson Tide. Cam Newton came into Tuscaloosa. They going from renovating from a 92,000 seat stadium to a 102,000 seat stadium. So they got all the cranes. It's big time. They returning national champion, defending national champion. Auburn's supposed to be the stepchild. Cam Newton went in that stadium and quieted it. Walked around with the flag on his back and his finger across his mouth going, shh, at 0940, hashtag, what's the haps? The NFL still trying to show you your son is not worthy. We'll put on all the spectacles, everything you look at with an NFL logo leading up to the draft had Prime Time and his son. Someone has to be the one that put those images out there. Someone has to be the one that approved it, said, let's run up all this publicity of this father and son duo doing unprecedented things in the United States. And when it comes down to the biggest show for the NFL, not the Super Bowl, it's the draft. We're going to cut to commercial. We're not going to even show you him in the first round. Everything leading up to the draft, we showed you him in the first round. You get to see everybody else sitting in the green room. Everybody that's been invited, they up there dancing, shaking hands, doing all this. We're not going to even show you in the first round. So what? Your father won 2 Super Bowls in the NFL. So what? Your father left a historically black college and took his hand to a predominantly white school, turned both of them around, put both of them in the national spotlight. But my son is entitled? So you saying that everybody else who you just drafted, who my son played against, laid down during their time to shine against my son? So you're going to try to show me that since everybody else laid down against my son, the big, bad, mighty NFL is going to let 32 teams take my son out there, claim they coming to all his workouts, let assistants go behind the scene to call you out. That just shows you how weak all of the Negro males that play football, that want to go to ESPN, they want to go to Fox, you want to go to all these other networks, and they tarnish your sons. And none of y'all stand up and say anything about how the NFL tarnishes your sons. The leagues do not want your sons to succeed because it goes against the narrative that the only thing that could be great that looks like a Negro is the one that come from the downtrodden. The daddy gotta be in the penitentiary. The mama gotta be the only thing working, living in the projects, former slaves. And y'all sit up here and allow it. You have a bum like Shady McCoy who will sit up there and trash someone who looks like him rather than stand up for him and trash the league that he was a part of, seeing how it's trying to destroy the Negro son.